Have you been to other New England tracks besides
Yeah,
this
I've been to all New England tracks. I've been to about 7 professional motocross races in New York and here.
Out of all the tracks you've been to, what is your...
Southwick, this one right here.
Right here. Have you been to other tracks in New England as well as Southwick Mass?
Yeah, I've been in just about all of them.
How does this track compare to other tracks around the nation?
This is, well, New England's the best one for sure. It's one of the top tracks in the country, probably.
Okay, you've been to other tracks besides the 338 track?
Yes.
What do you think of this track as opposed to the other ones you've been with?
It's definitely the best. Definitely, it's the most organized. It's the best layout. Everything. It's a dynamite track.
How does this track size up to the other ones you've been to?
This is the best in New England.
And what do you think of this track?
This is the best course they run. Cleanliness, layout, type of soil, and maintain it, you know, and medically it's the best. You can't find any better. They say it's the second best in the country. Mm-hmm. The national guys claim that. They come here.
Basically, what happened was a New England motocross event was scheduled in New Hampshire, and the New England Sports Committee, which sanctions all of the New England races, suggested that they improve their grounds and, in fact, improve the track to make it safer for the riders. When the promoters felt that they couldn't do it because of lack of funds, they canceled a motocross event. This was back in July of '72. And then Bernie Yellen, who was then a selectman in the town of Southwick, and his son, a motocross rider, offered to develop a makeshift motocross track here in Southwick on a college highway, which is about 1.5 miles from the present location of Motocross 338. And he did it with the agreement and understanding of the townspeople and the town fathers that it would be a non-profit venture, and any monies derived after expenses would be turned over to the Jimmy Fund. So on that particular Sunday, all of the police in town and the firemen and the Ladies Auxiliary from the American Legion, all of the members of the American Legion Post 338 all joined in together and had this motocross event. And after expenses, we raised $3,000, to which we donated to the Jimmy Fund. And that basically is why, I guess, Motocross 338 got started.
I'd rather be a hammer than a nail. If I only could, I should.
Okay, I got the piano, you got the music.
Good boy.
I'm supposed to be the chairman, I'll put it that way. I settle more arguments and tell them when I think they're right or wrong about if they're arguing with a rider, a customer, or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd rather have everybody go away happy than goddamn it. I have people who lose tickets. Some of them I can believe. I mean, if I have a grown man come in with his kid and his kid's got a ticket on and he's lost his, hey, he comes up, he says, I lost my ticket, I know the cops are going to ask me for it. Well, I'll give him another one. It's just little things, I mean. We have a meeting every Wednesday after the race. And out of our 15, 16-man committee, everybody gives their report. If they got a report, such as the gate chairman, the registration chairman, the treasurer, so forth. And anybody else that's got a job, if they can question anything they want. We go around the table 2 or 3 times. Everybody gets a chance to get everything off their chest as to, well, what's this guy doing and how come he didn't do this and that and the other thing. There's once in a while it gets a little hairy, but still the same guys around the committee, so I guess it isn't that bad.
The discretion of the American Legion members, we donate to charities after we put money back into the track. That's basically our are concerned that we have a track which is free from injury, and we try to make improvements with the track first. Then we donate to numerous charities within the town of Southwick. In the early years, we used to say that we want to donate to all charities, but we found that was strictly impossible. It was almost impossible to try to give someone in all of the numerous charitable organizations. So about 4 years ago, we decided that we would donate to any charitable organization within the town of Southwick.
I also understand that you let the senior citizens come in to sell ice cream to help them out too?
We used to make a donation to them at the end of the year. $250, $300, $400, whatever, however we felt, along with many others, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, people like that. Lions Club too. Now they came in, they got the popcorn, the senior citizens got the ice cream. Whatever they make is theirs, and they'd rather sell it. It eliminates the donation on our part. In a way, Bernie goes out and he'll buy something. He'll have American flags and Canadian flags crossed to our pins. They'll sell them. If they cost him 60 cents a piece, they'll sell them for $1. They got the 40 cents. That's all. In fact, if he feels kind, he won't even charge them. He'll give them the whole thing. This is, but they come down and they're all, my mother is one of them. She's 79. They're all in their 70s, most of them that come down. And they'll sell ice cream and so forth, and they look forward to it. And they haven't taken a beating yet. I think last year, as far as, they cleared about $1,700 at the end of the year, which is much better than our donation would be. They look forward to the work. They like the kids, and they get brownies and cookies and a few things like that, and whatever Bernie gives them, T-shirts, hats, and the ice cream. It started off with just the ice cream.
We put in one well way at the bottom there. It's 4 driven wells coming into one pump. We have a centrifugal pump pushing up to the top of the hill, and that would allow us to open about 6 faucets. We didn't have enough pressure, so then we put another pump, a booster pump, up on top of the hill, and that allows us to run about 15, 20 faucets at the same time. So before the race starts, you're going to see sprinklers out there wetting the track down. Then during the event, we remove the sprinklers. We have what we call water boys, and they're out there with a nozzle, and all during the race, if need be, they are watering the track down. So we have a beautiful dust control situation.
Very important to keep that track wet then.
It's what makes us unique. If you go out to some of the other tracks and you see a race, the first 2 guys have got it made. They're out of the dust. But the guys in the back, the dust is coming up so bad that they pile into each other, they get hurt, they can't see. So with the dust control, it's almost essential, especially if it's like this. If the weather's like this by today and tomorrow, without the water system, it would be so dusty that you couldn't even see.
Get the shoulder back in shape.
They didn't check him yesterday.
We feel that if this is what the kids want to do, it's a controlled sport. We're 100% in favor of it. And even though in the early stages there were some townspeople who didn't think that motorcycle riding or motorcycle racing was something we wanted in town, once they come down and see the operation and they know that we do donate to charities and so on and so forth, most of the people in town are quite happy with our program.
How long have you been involved in motocross racing?
Oh, about 1.5 years. There's a lot of physical conditioning, a lot of practice, working out, and other than that, it's bike and equipment, mostly. It does involve a lot of your time as far as practicing, getting to and from the track and practice tracks, that sort of thing.
Could I ask you, how long have you been involved in the motocross sport?
2 years.
I see you have your whole family here. I guess they back you up 100% in this, huh?
Yeah,
You enjoy it?
yeah, a lot.
What do you think of your son racing in a motocross sport?
It's a good sport. It keeps them out of trouble. You know, physically it's tremendous. I think it's real good for young kids. There's the point of being dangerous, but hockey's dangerous. Football's dangerous. I think it's great.
A lot of
Competition is great.
a lot of personal satisfaction out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very good.
Have you ever raced yourself?
No, I'm too chicken.
Motorcycles have a bad name, motorcycles. But there's many people, they don't realize that what's out here are bank executives, car dealers, whatever else. And to get somewhere to ride, to take in, get a town or someone to give you permission to ride on their property is a heck of a hassle. It's very hard to take in practice. As far as practice here at the track, they don't allow any practicing on the track other than the day of the event. Now, we'll be going out shortly for a practice session, but that practice session will be only maybe 10 minutes long, something like that.
Could you give us a brief outline on how the scoring system works in a motocross?
Okay, there's two individual motos, okay? Now they take the lowest combined scores from each moto. In other words, like say you get a 5th in the first one and a 2nd in the second one. They combine that score. The person with the lowest score for the total of both motos wins, and they go down the line. The higher the points you have, the lower, So in other words, say you had 7 points, that'd be the first place, and then someone else had like a 6th and 3rd, so there's 9 points. He has 2nd place and all the way down the line.
Do you see yourself moving up in the next couple of years?
Hope so. Hope so. Trying anyway.
Are you sponsored by anyone, or is this all on your own?
No, most of the riders here do it strictly on their own. Some of the experts are sponsored, but even then, I think they spend more money themselves than they could possibly get back.
Worried when they're out there racing?
Yeah, in the start. You get very nervous, but once it gets going, they're all right. They got a lot of protection, but the starts always make you nervous.
If anything goes wrong out there with the bikes mechanically, can they come in here and get these things going again so they can get back in the heat?
Yeah, in his class it's hard because they only run 4 laps. But the experts, they got 20 plus too. If it's minor, they can fix it right there and get going again.
Beautiful. Take it you have no sponsor and everything is coming out of your own resources.
Well, Ray Z helps out. Gordon Ray Z, he helps him. He helps a lot of the guys that ride out. He's a pretty decent fellow.
That's good.
Yeah.
Think you'll get a good trophy this weekend, maybe?
He got one yesterday. It's hard. Today's going to be real tough. There's a bunch of guys here. It's real hard, believe me.
It takes a lot of conditioning besides running, building up stamina. It's a very demanding sport. If you're going to play the game, play it like it should be played.
I understand there's 2 classifications. There's an amateur or a novice.
Begins with a novice, and then after winning a certain number of points, promotional points, you become an amateur, and then after the amateur status is the expert or pro status. And it takes a bit of doing, quite a bit of doing.
You enjoy it?
I enjoy it. I run the open novice, and I'm over 30 years old, so I'll be out there in the over the hill gang too. And it's a lot of fun, an awful lot of fun.
Hey Barry, I want the same corner I had last time.
You must have your admission ticket visible, otherwise the police will be circling through the area asking you where your ticket is. Tie it on so it can be seen.
Motocross 338 welcomes the team matches between Team New England and Kip Canada for the 2nd annual races. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.